Every day is a gift now. You kind of take people for granted, and after this, I'll never take her for granted.
I remember it was just a regular day. We started off work, everything was fine, same as usual, we're all working, and Janet and I were actually talking at my desk for a while, just carrying on a conversation. She looked fine, nothing out of the ordinary.
We were planning to do lunch that day. Normally she would come home for lunch. She works about 5 minutes from home. So I called her and I said, I'm home. She said, she goes, I'm not feeling good.
All of a sudden I felt the strangest pain I've ever felt. It just went up from my nose into my forehead.
She said, my jaw hurts and my chest hurts. And I said, it sounds like you're having a heart attack.
I think it was sometime around lunchtime when Brandy, who's in the call center toward the back, she walked past and I heard her say, Janet, are you okay? She was kind of like leaned over her desk.
Went to pick her up, and before I got to her place of business, she had collapsed at her desk.
She was seated in the chair, kind of leaning back, unresponsive, eyes open, but didn't respond.
I got in and they were all crowded around her. Her lips were blue.
Janet was, at the time gasping for air and, as white as a ghost.
I was holding her. Randy called 911, and by that time things had already started to, progress from there. She then opened her eyes, but there was nothing there.
My concern was, is she breathing? And I could not hear any breathing.
She had a piece of hair. Sorry. And I could tell she was breathing because her hair was moving, but an empty stare, an empty stare.
When she was in surgery, it was, then I realized how scary it was. It was just highly unusual that what she had, that she even survived, made it to the emergency room in the first place.
Right, they had said at the first hospital that they gave me a 2% chance of making it.
I never thought anything bad could happen to her. She's young and healthy. And
You don't ever think that that's going to happen, especially at work, to someone.
I'm the kind of person that never goes to the doctor. I never went to the doctor. I did realize, that you do need to, make sure everything's okay. I have had high blood pressure, and the thought that by ignoring something like that something bad like this could happen, and that, maybe my babies would not, I call my babies my adult children, but maybe they'd never be able to hear me say I love you again, because that's just, I can't imagine them not having me to say that to them. I think it's really important to support the American Heart Association, the education that they give people, and the knowledge, can just multiply and can be such a blessing to the community.